Chapter 10, Jason and Clemo. Junior poured 4 drinks from behind the bar. "We need to celebrate." "Celebrate what? Our inevitable deaths?" Twinkle said. Junior continued to pour the drinks without hesitating. "I know this was rough, guys, but together we can do literally anything. We can't let one red slow us down. We have a lot of work to do if we're going to save the multiverse." "I love the optimism, Junior. I suppose that comes from your relative youth, but things are incredibly grim," Gray said, kicking Red's body. Junior walked to her, handing her a drink. She did not decline as she chugged it down. He then walked to Magic. "Junior, don't misunderstand us. We're very happy to have saved you, but most of our brothers and sisters have died this week. There's no telling how many Clemos remain that are not red." "I grieve too, brother, but right now it doesn't matter. We've proven today that we can stop even a mad god," Junior said, handing Magic his drink. Magic waved his free hand as he took in a drink. He gulped some down. "I've removed the spell that prevents us from teleporting." Twinkle teleported his drink out of Junior's hands and into his own. Before taking a swig himself, he remarked, "Yes, Junior does have a point. Regardless of how many reds there are, we defeated this one without the use of our teleporting talents." The 4 indulged in a moment of celebration by saying cheers and downing the alcohol down their gullets. They abruptly stopped as their psychic senses picked up something. "Shit!" the 4 said simultaneously, dropping their drinks and drawing their blades. The incoming teleport did not go unnoticed as the 3 melee combatants lunged at the intruder, whom they assumed must be another red. A psychic wave pushed them back. The astral projection of Jason held them at bay. "An interesting way to greet me, I must admit, but I have to tell you that I completely agree. The 4 of you have proven that you really can do anything." Jerious slept on his back, and the Godslayer sword was in 3 forms surrounding Jason's body, protecting him from the Clemo's potential assault. "Jason, how?" Junior Clemo yelled, his surprise at the sight. The astral projection smiled and turned to the Clemo that he knew. "Well, old friend, I just saw how you beat that twisted alternate version of yourself. I ran into the million reds that you were referring to." "Are they still in our city?" Twinkle asked. Jason turned to Twinkle. "Yes, and they are trapped there by Dagon's will. The one that you just killed was the only free one. Also, I wouldn't call him a god. Sure, he's more powerful than my true self, but my true self was far from being a god." Clemo raised an eyebrow. "What do you mean, your true self?" Junior asked. "My friend, I am not the Jason you knew. I am the mind seed that he put in his head," Jason said, pointing to Jerious on his back. "Wait!" Magic interjected. "He isn't Jason. What is he?" Magic's hand flared up with arcane might, ready to fire. Jason turned to Magic Clemo. "If you barely beat Red by the skin of your teeth, trust me, you will stand no chance against me like this. We are on the same side." Junior sheathed vision, then slowly approached Jason with his hand slightly raised. "Jason, or copy of Jason, listen, I don't know what your plan is. I know you originally planned on destroying Hell, but I have no clue how you plan on doing that." Clemo stopped directly in front of Jason's astral projection. "I don't know what happened to you, but I do know that Jerious Kane has always bad news. He has always appealed to you for reasons I will never understand. You need to kill him." Jason frowned. "Clemo, if he dies, I die. I'm the mind seed. My life is attached to him. Also, I'm more powerful now than I was before. My psychic powers are nowhere near as strong, but I can do anything Jerious can do. I have full control over him. Right now, though he is sleeping." Clemo shook his head. "Jason, that cannot possibly end well." "Doesn't matter, Clemo. I could really use your help. When Jerious sleeps, Llothe tortures him, which I don't mind at all. The part that does bother me is she might get an opportunity to kill him. Jason looked at Twinkle and Gray, both with their blades at the ready. Twinkle was attempting to sneak behind Jason. Jason activated the demonic white ring Jerious wore. Twinkle was covered in a globe of darkness. Jason vanished from sight. "Shit!" Magic yelled. Jason reappeared behind Gray. She spun around, attempting to slash at Jason. Jason's astral projection split, causing the blade to harmlessly pass through air. He pushed her back using kinetics. "I am very disappointed in you, Clemo." Jason narrowed his eyes at his friend. "Everyone stop! We don't have to..." Junior didn't get to finish his statement. "Yes, we do," Magic interrupted as he blasted Jason's astral projection. Two of the Godslayer swords flew off on their own, hurling to Gray and Twinkle. Jason turned to Magic. "Your magic is subpar compared to what I wield now." "Krazak!" Jason cast a magic spell. "Counter!" Magic countered it, but was pushed back from the effect, almost consumed in flame. Twinkle and Gray looked at each other. "We will die if we have to escape," Twinkle signed. Gray nodded her agreement. "I have magic." Twinkle disappeared and reappeared next to Magic. He teleported him away. Gray teleported to Junior, teleporting him away. Jason sighed. "I honestly thought you would help me." He shook his head. Llothe and Jerious. The former god quivered in fear and pain. Llothe chuckled as she took another bite from his heart. "Yes, Jason has killed my loyal demon lord Pale Knight. It doesn't matter." She skittered to the other side of the darkened nightmare room. "Soon you will be dead. Even with your relative youth, the attacks will be relentless and never-ending." Jerious struggled to speak. "How?" Llothe skittered back to him, facing the levitated, limbless wizard. "You did this to yourself, actually. Yes, you have your sword back. Congratulations on that. Too bad it will be far harder for you now. You see, Father, you have broken the agreement between you and the gods. Now they not only notice you, but will actively seek to destroy you. I don't even need to do anything." Jerious attempted to smile, his mouth opened, barely showing his teeth. "Good." Laguna Tavern. Jason pondered his next move. "Well, I suppose the Zincarla Clemos will have to do for now." A light burst in the room. A figure appeared in the center of the tavern, facing Jason. Through the brightness, only his armed and armored figure could be made out. Jason knew who it was anyways. "I should have killed him. Corsair wouldn't let me. He has sent me personally to undo your mistake," the figure said. "Mark, you do know that I can kill you with a thought, right?" Jason said without emotion. "You are gonna kill me. I already died. I am an Archon of the gods, and I have far more faith in them than I do in you," Mark Johnson, the Paladin Archon, said. "I always liked you, Mark. I hope you do not take this personally." Jason began to manifest a power. Mark opened his hands, revealing a red stone. Jason ceased his manifestation. His astral projection weakened. "That rock! How?" Jason fell to his knees, feeling the psychic powers nullify from that rock that Mark held. "I'm not completely reliant on psionic powers alone." Jason traced the air with his fingers from the ground, attempting to use one of the spells Jerious had. "Ishtrich!" Jason cast the spell. Jason fully disappeared from sight. His psychic astral projection ended. Jason returned back to the mind of Jerious King, unable to manifest any powers. The astral projection spell worked, but not as intended. It caused Jerious to astral project out of the dream state and in front of his body. Jason was thus thrust into the dream in his stead. "Mark, how good it is to see you!" The astral projection of Jerious King grabbed one of the three adjacent swords. Jerious smiled, relieved to be out of that dream and overjoyed to hold his sword. Jason and Llothe. Well, this is quite the change of events, Llothe remarked to Jason as he materialized before her. Jason stood up, ready to fight. I suppose it is. Clemos. Junior fumed at his three friends. Why did you attack him? We could have talked it out. Gray slapped him. Are you this delusional? Junior raised his hand to strike back at her. Twinkle teleported in, grabbing Junior by the wrist. Stop being stupid. You're smarter than this. That Jason will kill us if we don't join him. We can still work together, Clemo shouted. Clemo, no, Fission interjected. Why are you giving up on him so easily? Clemo demanded. Magic gently grabbed Junior by the arm. My brother, you are being irrational. You need to listen. Junior Clemo pushed Magic away from himself. No, you need to listen. Jason will save the multiverse. He will destroy hell and every demon and devil. Junior. Gray turned away. My name is Clemo. I no longer care if my nickname each other to prevent confusion. Yeah, I am the youngest. So what? He said. The three turned away from Junior. Twinkle turned his head back for a moment. We almost died saving you just now. If that means nothing to you, then don't bother listening to us. We don't need you if this is how you'll be. Gray nodded her agreement without turning back to Junior. Magic folded his arms with his back, too. Make a choice now, brother. Either stay with us or return to Jason. Either way, we consider Jason an enemy for harboring what you yourself have called the most evil being in all of existence. Junior dropped his arms, giving up the argument. My brothers and sisters, I am so very sorry to have disappointed you like this. I just have faith in Jason. I've seen his future. I know he can do it. I need time to think. Clemo vanished from sight, having no difficulty teleporting away, his powers restored. Mark and Jerious. Mark charged Jerious with sword and shield raised. Jerious swung, shattering the paladin's shield with the first blow. Mark refused to stop. He slashed his own sword, which was blocked by one of the flying ones. Jerious prepared to hack again, only to be met by another divine intruder. Zane was blocking that sword, using his own sword, which cracked under the pressure. We don't have to beat you, Jerious. We only need to get to your body. Zane referred to the unconscious body laying on the floor just behind the astral projection. You'll have an easier time taking on Llothe head to head, I promise you that, Jerious said. The hubris of you has never ceased to amaze me, demon, Mark yelled as he pulled out another sword from his side, attempting to swing again. Another flying Godslayer sword blocked Mark's. Without your Zenkarla, Clemos, to help you, it is only a matter of time before we destroy you, Zane declared. Pfft. Just the two of you? I'm even more powerful than before. Zane smiled. The wood on the ceiling cracked, burning open as Corsair, Britt Morrison, and a legion of angels burst into the room through the ceiling. Jerious spit on the floor. This is an unfair fight. You were not prepared. Jason and Llothe. Jason hovered in the air, unable to move. Llothe had two of her legs ripped off, dripping green, glowing blood on the ground. Her breathing was heavy. You are troublesome, Llothe screamed at the immobile Jason. Jason smiled. Yes, too bad you can't kill me here. Jason teleported to the ground, still immobile. Llothe laughed. My spell prevents you from mentally moving, fool. Jason hurled nearby debris at her, using the power of his mind. I don't care, Jason said through clenched teeth. She was pushed across the room from the mental assault. She scrambled to stand. Still not powerless? She held her hand out, snapping her fingers. Magic sparked in her hand, causing the entire room to blacken, or perhaps Jason became blind. He could not tell which one. While they were on this psychic plane, Jason and Jerious were both connected and therefore equally vulnerable in the brain due to sharing the same central nervous system. The fear center was one such component they both shared. Even with the contingencies and protections Jason set up within their mind, Llothe has breached those psychic defenses, reaching his fear through the darkness. Terror was felt through both Jerious and Jason simultaneously. The psychic manifestation of Jason dropped from the sky, unable to move from the desperation clouding his mind. Jerious dropped his sword, with that same fear consuming him. Several angels paused, worried this to be a trick of some kind. Their faces contorted in confusion as they held their weapons at the ready. Zane refused to halt his attack. His sword swung, only to cling against another sword, one that was not the Godslayer sword, but the green glow of fission. Clemo held his body, standing against Zane, protecting the body of Jerious Kane. Zane refused to relent, though his surprise was evident on his face. "You disappoint me, teleporter." Zane regained his composure while pressing his blade forward to break Clemo's balance through strength and power. Even through the fear, Jerious saw Clemo defending him. He almost smiled through that horrid terror that ravaged his mind. "You never disappointed me, Clemo." Jerious gave a dry laugh. "Fuck you, Jerious," Clemo said as he teleported Zane's sword to the other side of the room. "Bastard!" Zane exclaimed as he strategically jumped back. Zane pointed at Clemo. "Kill him! Send his damn soul to hell." "Damned if I do, damned if I don't." Clemo glared, gripping his sword all the tighter. Llothe gripped Jason, holding him with her hands down on the ground. Her front legs tore at his stomach, ripping the innards out. Jason made no sign of feeling the desired pain. "Do you honestly believe that ripping apart this body would hurt me?" Jason asked. "You will suffer for 1,000 years before I get bored enough for your soul to toss you in a pit of darkness," Llothe screeched. Jason smiled. "Through will alone I overcome your fear tricks," Jason declared. "The pain you cause is an illusion. Through will alone I overcome your pain tricks." A shatter sound burst all around. The darkness dispersed as Jason's mental form vanished, revealing a blue cloud. "You are in my head, Llothe. Well, you are the goddess of demons out there. I am all-powerful in my own mind." Llothe slashed at the cloud, passing through it with no effect. "I am a goddess. You are not more powerful than me. You think you are beyond my power." The cloud expanded as the voice of Jason boomed. "You are a goddess of darkness and demons. I am a psychic entity on the verge of evolving past the physical form. The only power you have over me is the power I give you." "I am still more powerful than you, mortal," she screamed as her own body grew to match the expansion of the Jason cloud. "It is of no avail." Jason expanded his formless psyche, awakening Jerious and expelling Llothe. Clemo flew across the room, bruised and bloodied from the onslaught of the angelic forces he foolishly challenged. Britt Morrison stood over him as he channeled a spell. "Clemo, I am not sorry for what I am about to do to you. I am sorry you defied the will of the gods." A flying Godslayer sword stabbed into Britt from behind. "He is mine!" Jerious triumphantly yelled from the other side of the room. The now standing Jerious brushed his arms off. He slept no longer. The angelic forces turned their attention back to him. Britt Morrison slowly turned to ash without taking his eyes off of Clemo. He held an imploring look at Clemo as if asking, "You could have killed Jerious Kane. Why?" "Clemo, we need to go now," Jerious yelled while his swords flew in every direction, stabbing at every angel and archon that came close enough. Clemo looked down in shame. "I have made a terrible decision. You can feel sorry for yourself later. You sided with me, now live with that choice and get us out of here, Jerious demanded. It was no magical or psychic compulsion, but a fact Clemo accepted. He teleported Jerious, then teleported the two away. Magic, Gray, and Twinkle. Magic ended his scrying spell that revealed Junior helping Jerious. Gray shook her head. I was hoping he would have changed his mind. Twinkle paced the room they occupied. He really is the dumbest Clemo there ever was. I want to know how Jerious or Jason overcame Llothe's spell, Magic asked. Gray and Twinkle looked directly at Magic rubbing his chin in contemplation. What do you mean? She asked. You saw the same thing we just saw. Jason clearly said through will alone he overcomes, Twinkle said. Magic laughed, slapping his thigh. Yeah, and you don't see the problem with that? Gray and Twinkle looked at each other. They frowned, then looked back at Magic, awaiting the explanation. Magic stopped laughing, wiped away a tear. Sorry, I often forget that you guys never studied the arcane arts and the psionic disciplines beyond psychoportation. Then educate us, Twinkle said. Llothe is a goddess. She already had her claws in his dreams. If Jason truly had a powerful enough will to eject Llothe on his own, then Llothe could never have gotten in his head in the first place, Magic said. Yes, but Jason's power grows daily. Maybe he was not powerful enough until just now, Gray suggested. Not possible, I'm afraid, Magic said. And why's that? Twinkle asked. Will does not suddenly come out of nowhere. Jason cannot bolster his will from nothing. While a strong enough will can overcome any psychic attack, even one from a god, that will would have prevented Llothe from entering in the first place. Gray raised an eyebrow. Are you saying that Jason allowed Llothe to enter the mind of Jerious Kane? No, though that can be a possibility. The most likely possibility is Jason had help. Some outside source bolstered his psychic energy. Magic paced the room. We are the last remaining Clemos. We didn't bolster Jason's will, Twinkle said. The last that we know of, anyways, Gray corrected. And none of the Reds had the option, Twinkle added. The psionic guilds are still on lockdown from Dagon. Magic stopped moving. He looked up from the floor directly at his two comrades. Dagon, the three said together. Yes, of course, Magic blurted out. He is a psychic god, especially with the true Jason and so many other psychics absorbed into him. Why would he help Jason, though? Twinkle asked. Why wouldn't he, is a better question. Magic saw their confused expressions. Dagon and Llothe are enemies. Helping Jason battle Llothe can only help Dagon. That almost makes sense. The demon lords do all hate each other, Gray said. Magic shook his head. There has to be more to this. End of chapter 10.